Welcome back to Shark Tank. I'm here with Mr. Wonderful and Mark Cuban somewhere around here. And what do we do on this show?
A lot of stuff. Very nice, very evil stuff.
All right, well, buy a company and then I'll make $1 million, I think.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your host, the benevolent, intelligent, the excellence of elocution, Mr. Donnie Wonderful. It is approximately 2:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, August the 26th. And I just finished watching on my beautiful DVR the last episode, the series finale, rather. I'm sorry, the season finale. It's 2 in the morning. Gosh. The season finale, season 7 of Dark Side of the Ring, Zach Gowen. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed that episode. I love how they ended the season with more of a comeback story. And I had no idea that Zach Gowen battled addiction that way. But congratulations to you, brother. You're an inspiration to all of us. And I love how at the end he said he loves being a father. His kids have never seen him high, drunk, and he's always been there. And that's what he wanted, because he had a very, very disturbing, to say, a disturbing relationship with his father. I'm not trying to spoil it if you guys haven't watched it, but it was, I really liked this episode. And season 7 overall, I gave a B-. There were not, I loved how it started, and I think that I would have loved to see this season get at least like 2 more episodes. It just felt very, very rushed. But they did show, they when it opened, it was 2 hours. So episodes 1 and 2 were all on the same day, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9. So this is kind of short, but it was effective. I didn't want to call it average, but like it fits right there with the good. Let's actually look at the episode list for season 7. Okay, like I mentioned, it aired on season 7 opened and aired on July the 7th. Feels like it was yesterday, right? So 3 parts for Jeff Jarrett and the battle for TNA. And when they announced what the episodes were going to be for season 7, I circled these 3. I said, these are the 3 that I'm intrigued with and intrigued by the most, because I definitely wanted to hear from Karen Angle, and I was hoping to hear something from Dixie Carter. I didn't get it, but it was okay. So it started off really well. The Necro Butcher versus Samoa Joe was episode 4. I completely forgot about this match. I knew that it happened because of there were on YouTube, basically. You seeing highlights on YouTube years and years and years and years ago, but it was definitely interesting. And if you're into these kind of matches, then have at it. It was a good episode. I thought Samoa Joe and Necro Butcher both represented themselves really great behind the camera and getting their insight about how they put this match together, especially with Samoa Joe just essentially trying to get to his girl, who's his wife now, for some, uh, let's just be nice and say they wanted to play Scrabble. Good one, Samoa Joe. We loved your transparency. So yeah, like I thought this it was all right. It was filler. But the next one, the Big Boss Man, I was a huge fan of the Big Boss Man. I somewhere I actually still have it. You guys remember the nightstick? The nightstick, the whatever. I can't even think of it. Like I said, guys, it's 2 in the morning. Forgive me for rambling, but but yeah. So I had an action figure. Still have it actually. Huge fan of the Big Boss Man. Every shoot interview that I've heard him mention, everybody speaks very highly of Ray Trailer. So I was interesting to see where they were going to go with it. And I knew that they were going to mention the hanging. Didn't like that. And him cooking Al Snow's dog. Uh, yeah, that was cringe, but, he was written into that storyline. But it just sucked that he was in so much pain, and I was glad that his daughters and his and well, one of his daughters and his wife, they represented him so well on this episode. Like, so that was kind of a somber one, but then it got worse because the very next episode was probably the lowest of the low, emotionally. Actually, I stand corrected. Ultimate Fantasy: The Fall of the Renegade. Oh my god. Like, I didn't know about any of his early beginnings. But I do remember when he debuted it. I do remember the way that they marketed him. We really thought he was going to be the Ultimate Warrior. So he arrived, it wasn't the Warrior, it was the Renegade, and then he was gone essentially. And then I remember hearing that, that, oh, I can't it was on the dirt sheets because I read about it when he died, when he passed away. And it was watching this episode, man, like it was just sad. It just, you know Jimmy Hart just calling him Rick. And I mean, yeah, you could just tell, like, they were just done with him, and they discarded him. That was sad. But I double back because the next episode, Paul Orndorff saving Mr. Wonderful, that one really tugged at my heartstrings because my uncle was a huge fan of Paul Orndorff. And hell, we got the same last name, We both wonderful. We're family. But I always heard that he got into a motorcycle accident. And thank God we got the internet now. But I heard he got into a motorcycle accident that really just gave him nerve damage in one of his arms. I was happy that that wasn't the case, but disappointed in Vince McMahon for not giving this man time off to heal properly. And it sucked that he had to wrestle through all that pain, because back then, if you all hear it, if you were off TV, if you're not wrestling, you're not getting paid. You're going to lose that spot. And these are men that have mortgages and families and lifestyles that they have to finance to support, and so on and so forth. So that really, really, really sucked. And you know what? to his son, shout out to his son for doing what he had to do to bring his father home from the hospital. I know it had to be tough for him, but damn it, he did it. And Paul Orndorff's last days were with his son in his son's care. So that really, 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 that one, that tugged at my heartstrings the most. And then we go to the Walking Riot, Missy Hyatt. I didn't really hear about Missy Hyatt until I started going back. Back in the days where the WWE network, remember when they were $9.99? First of all, remember the WWE app? You remember that? The WWE network? But so I remembered Missy Hyatt when she was with the Nasty Boys, but I had no idea that she was that much of a box office draw. WCW did her dirty. They did her dirty. Good Lord. But, you know, they I know a lot more about Missy Hyatt like now, but what I was speaking is when I was introduced to Missy Hyatt, I remember seeing her with the Nasty Boys, and I just felt like I could, like, thanks to, like RF videos and throughout the late 2000s and the 2010s, just seeing her shoot interviews. So I pretty much used that as the mile marker and worked backward. So I was intrigued by this one. And then, of course, it ended with Zach Gowen against all odds. I was there. Not what I mean is I was not that I was present, but like I remember all of that when it happened. The WWE debut, the TNA, the ROH, and most recently his appearance in AEW again. It's a breath of fresh air, man. Overall, again, I give season 7 a B minus. I wish it would have been longer. I even put out a few ideas on this channel where they can go. I do believe that there will be a Dark Side of the Ring for Yokozuna. Anything with that will involve Jim Cornette, please, 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 please add him, highlight him. I did suggest an Ahmed Johnson. There's so many avenues that you can travel. Oh, I mean, good Lord, we can even do Dark Side of the Ring. Oh, they did Legion of Doom actually become the Road Warriors. Yeah, they did that one. Man, as a matter of fact, you guys tell us. Tell us, what are your thoughts? Where do you think that they go from here? There's tons of wrestling stories, tons that are that have been untold, and I'm curious. I want to hear what you guys think. Also, what did you guys think of this season? Let us know in the comment section. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel. We thank you. And also, like the video. It's free to like the video, you know? It is almost 3 in the morning, and I have been drifting off this entire time, but I had to record these thoughts because I'm sad that season 7 is over, but I am already excited about the direction and the wrestlers that will be highlighted in season 8. So, before I begin yawning and before I fall asleep while this thing is recorded, this is Donnie Wonderful signing off.